Hey, what's up? Ian here, and this is the Rose Technique Star CT5 Pro. It is a 1DD plus 2BA IEM. Retail price for this is 75 US dollars. I'll leave an unaffiliated link in the description below, just in case you guys want to check it out. Now, this is the sleeve of the box. The box is right here, but the sleeve is really hard to put back, so I didn't put it back. Now, at the back of the sleeve, there are some specs, so let me read them out to you. The frequency range is 10 to 25,000 hertz. Sensitivity is 104 and the impedance is 24 ohms. Okay. Now, accessories. You'll get this carrying case. This is a leather carrying case. It smells pretty good. In fact, very good. It's got good texture. The stitching is also very nice as well. So very nice carrying case or so-called jewelry case for your earphone that will protect your earphone. Now, ear tips. There are two types of ear tips. One is a narrow bore, one is a wide bore. Both of them are very comfortable. If you want your a bit more transparency on your music, use the wide bore. You want something more intimate, something more closed in, use the narrow bore. Okay, so two types of ear tips. And you'll get this adapter right here. This is the USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jack. So you can connect this to your iPhone 15, Android phone, your MacBook, your laptop, and those devices that has got USB-C. Okay. Next would be the cable. So this is a 2-core braided cable, fabric cable. It's terminated with a single and 3.5 headphone jack, straight type. And you got your usual Y split, okay, and the chain slider, okay. The ear hooks are nice and soft, a little bit too soft, but it's soft, okay. And it's terminated with MMCX connector. So this is not your usual 2-pin or my usual 2-pin. This is the MMCX, the OG of connectors, MMCX. So, they did provide a separator, MMCX separator, which I think I misplaced. Okay, it's somewhere around. Now, earphone is a medium size. It's got a circular shape faceplate and it's metal. The rest of the earphones is resin and the inner shell is a little bit longish, as you can see. Okay. And the nozzle is inserted into the shell, brass nozzle, and it's got this metal perforated filter. Let me try and focus the camera. There you go. Okay. Now, in terms of the overall fit and comfort, I would say this is all right. It does feel a little bit loose. Let me just put it on. So it does feel a little bit loose on my ear, over here. So it doesn't rest at the back of my ear. It's not huge. All right. So this shell is not a big shell. So it does have some space and gap at the back here, and does wriggle around a little bit, but it does go in quite deep because the nozzle is quite long, okay? And it gives me a very good seal, especially with this white ball ear tip. I like this white ball ear tip. Usually I don't use the stock ear tips, but this white ball ear tip is actually pretty nice. So yeah, overall, fit and comfort, and the seal is okay. Now, let's talk about the sound. First, the technical performance of these earphones, right? $75, I would say is average, right? Resolution wise is clean, but it's got a little bit of distortion, on certain tracks. At the same time, a bit of driver flex as well. The sound stage is actually average. It's not wide, it's not narrow, it's not intimate. It's pretty average. And sound separation and the imaging is pretty okay as well. There's a bit of, I can't really separate some of the sounds, but it's all right. On certain tracks, especially, on classical tracks, they sound pretty good. For EDM and all that, yeah, don't really hear much sound separation and imaging anyway. So, for imaging and the sound separation is pretty all right. In terms of detail retrieval, it's actually very good. I pick up a lot of nuances of details, especially on my classical tracks. So it picks up quite a lot of details on this IEM. So overall, I would say $75. It depends on what you're looking for. $75 is your budget. Then this will give you quite a bit of details, right? It's an IEM for details if you want to. Okay. Okay, tone and timbre. I would say this is a lean and reference and more of a neutral tone from what I hear from my ears. Okay, so this is more of a neutral tuning. At the same time, it's got a leaner and lighter tone. As compared to a lot of earphones now that I've heard is warm and fun and casual sounding. This is more neutral sounding, more reference sounding as well. Okay. So let's talk about the sound signature. I'll post a graph somewhere up here. So as you can see, when I say it's neutral sounding, the bass shelf is basically pretty flat. Okay. It's a little bit elevated, but the treble is much more. The peak is at the treble there. So bass is not the prominent frequency in this. In fact, if you compare it with the Harman target, the sub bass is actually lower than the Harman target. So sub bass wise, I would say is below average. Okay, so a lot of people will feel that this earphones is not bassy enough. But to me, I like something neutral. I like the bass to be there and not to be the star, not to be the most prominent frequency in the tracks that I listen to, right? So this is my kind of preference. Okay. Some people may like the bass a bit more, but to me, this is just nice when it comes to the bass. And the note weight of it is actually pretty light and lean as well. Just nice for the rumble to come in when it needs to come in. It gives you that rumble, that feel of that rumble with the dynamic driver, but it's not overwhelming. All right. You still get that details from other frequencies like your instruments and your vocals. So pretty good bass shelf. The mid bass is quick, it's fast, it's punchy. It comes, it goes. It's supposed to come. It gives you the impact and it goes away. So very, very nice mid bass as well. It's not muddy at all. And to me, it's a very, well, decent implementation of the bass shelf. Okay. Mids are forward. Okay. This is what I like as well. To me, I like more of a mid-centric type of tuning. So instruments and vocals, they come out clear to me and very detailed as well. And the thing is, I mean, they sound a bit, boring. Some people call it boring, but to me, they sound correct. Okay, I don't want them to be too warm and too heavy weighted, whereby it sounds unnatural. And overall, I would say for male vocals, female vocals, they sound natural and at the same time neutral, a bit sterile to my ears. Okay. Now, in terms of the peanut gain to the treble, I would say for these earphones, right, it's actually pretty all right. It's actually a bit on the harsh side, a bit spicy, but it's just tips there. It doesn't go overboard. So to me, I would say it's not harsh. It comes to a point whereby, okay, it's just there and I like it. Okay. And then it dips down. If you look at the graph, it dips down somewhere around the 2.5K region, right? And it's not the darkest, treble as well. Treble, I would say, is a pretty good implementation. A lot of IEM nowadays, I see that from 2K to 3K region, it starts to slope down. It's like a waterfall all the way down. And then I think about 20 to 30 dB, and then it shoots back up. But this one is a slow glide down, which is not very jarring, which is good. At the same time, it's also bright. It's got that brightness there. It's not in your face type of brightness, but it's actually good, and not harsh, and it's not sibilant as well. Even though you get that 7K peak, I would say it's not the sibilant part of the frequency. So when I listen to my tracks, it does sound a bit, bright. I mean, I've been used to listening and reviewing some of the warmer earphones. So it got a bit of getting used to when I'm listening to these earphones. When I got used to this, I started to enjoy that brightness of my track, the overall energy of my track, when I change out to these earphones. Okay. The overall, roll off of the treble is natural. I would say natural. And, I don't hear unusual spikes, or unusual airiness, to the treble on these earphones. So I would say, for these earphones, all right, the overall listening, session for me, I would say is more of a reference listening. I use this to edit my videos at the same time listening to my classical music, my soundtracks, my movie soundtracks. I listen to a lot of movie soundtracks on this, quartets as well, and live stage performances, orchestras. So this is pretty much suitable for those genre of music. I tried listening to EDM on this, and it didn't give me that, that lower bass. So I didn't really enjoy EDM on this. For rock and heavy metal, they same, and also R&B. So I didn't really enjoy those mainstream music on this IEM, but I did enjoy listening to my classical on this. Okay, so that's the sound signature and my opinion about this. I would say it's $75. Quite rare to find this type of tuning. And if you are like me, you like your bass to be lean, then I would recommend this one. But if you are a bass head and you want more bass, you like a lot of bass in your music, then I wouldn't recommend this to you. Okay, now let's compare this with the SimGod EM10. So let me just post up the graph here. SimGod EM10, I would say is very, very bassy as compared to this Star City 5 Pro. That's a very big difference. So when I listen to the EM10, it does give me fun. It does give me that warmness and is suitable for certain of my tracks, genre as well. So I would say on different occasions, I will listen to the EM10 on those occasions that I just want to have a peace of mind. I just want to calm myself down. Then I'll use the Star City 5 and then listen to my classical on it. It brings out the clarity of the instruments. Okay. So sub bass, there's no comparison. I would say it's heavier on the EM10 as compared to this Star City 5 Pro. Mids, on the other hand, this is more forward, cleaner, and it's got more details on the instruments and also vocals as well for the mids, as compared to the EM10. Now, treble, I would say the implementation of the treble is actually quite similar. The only difference is that this would sound a little bit more sibilant than the EM10. EM10 sounds smoother, right? And not as fatiguing as this Star City 5 Pro. Okay? But other than that, in terms of treble, right, they are both quite similar. Okay, so that's a very quick comparison with the EM10. Again, depends on your listening preference. This is just $75 as compared to the EM10. So, a very big price difference. Okay, so, if it's $75 that you have, then I would recommend, this Star City 5 Pro. Okay? Alright, so that concludes my overall review and my impression of this Star City 5 Pro. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That's it for now. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.